Look at the horizon. The sky is white with terrible heat. It is not just sand down there. It is a moving sea of human bodies. Hundreds of thousands of men crawl across the yellow earth. They look like tiny insects from up here. They are building a mountain of stone for a dead man. The sound is a physical force that vibrates in the dry air. Giant wooden sleds crush the earth. Massive blocks of limestone grind against wood and rock. Whips crack like dry thunder. You can hear the low, constant hum of human suffering. In this vast, burning desert, a single life is worth nothing. A man is just a drop of dirty sweat. A man is just a single grain of dust. When a worker falls, the stone does not stop. The great machine does not pause. The line moves on. The empire does not care. History does not care. You are in this endless line. You are at the absolute bottom of this machine. You are holding a thick rope made of rough reeds. It tears the skin off your palms. The sun beats down on your bare, burnt back. Every breath you take is full of hot sand. It coats your throat. It fills your lungs. You are pulling a 2-ton stone. Your legs shake. Your muscles burn. You are a slave. Your name does not matter. You probably forgot it. If you die today, no one will bury you. They will just untie your dead hands and move on. The man next to you suddenly collapses. His body just gives up. The line jerks. An overseer steps forward. The long whip falls. The man does not move. He is dead. You do not stop pulling. You do not look. You do not stop pulling. You do not shout. You do not cry. Crying wastes salt and water. Water is life. You just pull. You pull with all your strength, just to live one more terrible day. You are no longer human. You are a draft animal, trying to survive in the dust. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Time loses its meaning. There is only the sun, the sand, and the stone. You learn the real law of the desert. It is very simple. The weak die early. The strong suffer longer. The truly ruthless survive. The desert is freezing at night. You huddle with the other slaves. You smell their sickness. You hear their coughing. You look at the empty spot next to you where the dead man used to be. A new slave stands there now. You realize a cold, hard truth. You do not want to pull this rope forever. You will die if you do. There are only 2 ends to this rope. One end is tied to the massive, immovable stone. The other end is held by the weak and the doomed. But there is a third group in this camp. The men who walk freely. The men who do not hold ropes. The men who hold whips. A new slave is brought to the line. He is very weak. During the ration line, he tries to hide a small piece of stolen bread in his filthy rags. You see this happen. Your stomach is screaming with extreme hunger. You have not eaten properly in years. In the past, you would say nothing, but today is different. The hunger is like a fire. A dark, ugly calculation fills your mind. You look at the heavy-set overseer nearby. You look at the man. You make a cold choice. You move. You point a finger at the man and alert the guards. The bread is found. He is dragged away. He looks at you with betrayed eyes. You do not look away. You feel nothing. Guilt is a luxury for the rich and the safe. The overseer picks up the dusty piece of bread. He looks at you and tosses it to your feet. You pick it up, wipe the sand off, and eat it quickly. It is dry and bitter, but it makes you just a little bit stronger. A few days later, a small riot breaks out. The heat makes men crazy. Slaves drop their ropes. They pick up sharp rocks. They attack the guards. It is total chaos. You do not join them. You stay back. You watch a guard drop his bronze knife. You dive into the dirt and grab it. It is heavy and cool. You see a slave about to overwhelm the overseer. You do not hesitate. You rush forward and use the knife to save the master's life. The riot is eventually crushed by more guards. The overseer catches his breath. He looks at you holding the bloody knife. He nods. He walks over and takes the rough rope from your bleeding hands. He reaches to his belt. He hands you a coiled leather whip. You hold it. It feels light. You have evolved. You are no longer prey. You have become the predator. Holding the whip changes you completely. It is physically light, but it carries a massive weight. It is the weight of power over life and death. You must beat your former friends. If you show even a little mercy, the guards will see. They will take the whip back. They will put the rope back in your hands. So, you learn the dark art of the whip. You learn to strike just hard enough to cause terrible pain and fear. But you do not strike hard enough to cripple a useful worker. You calculate every blow. Your cold efficiency is quickly noticed by the higher-ups. The men building the Great Pyramids need ruthless overseers to keep the time running. But the empire is vast. The army needs ruthless men even more. The desert tribes start attacking the supply lines. They raid the stone caravans. The empire needs meat for the grinder. You are drafted. You are pulled out of the quarry dust. You are put into the lower ranks of the desert guard. They give you a real weapon now, a heavy bronze sword. The edge is sharp enough to cut bone. They give you thick leather armor to protect your chest. You march out into the endless sand dunes. The heat inside the armor is worse than the sun on bare skin. You fight in bloody battles against desert tribes. You kill men you do not know. You feel no anger. You feel no glory. It is just another job. It is just physical labor. It is exactly like pulling the stone, only faster. You are incredibly good at it. You never hesitate when you swing the sword. You survive night ambushes. You fight off desert raiders. When your captains die in battle, you step over their bleeding bodies. You take their weapons. You take their rank. You learn a very important secret on the battlefield. Men in fancy armor die exactly like men in dirty rags. Years pass. The dust is washed from your skin. You are called from the borders to the great capital city, the royal palace. You are now a commander of the outer guard. The palace is shockingly beautiful, full of gold and giant pillars. But you see the truth. This place is exactly like the quarry. It is just a polished version of the mud pit. The nobles here do not use ropes to crush people. They use whispers. They use poison in a wine cup. They smile at you while planning to destroy you. You easily play their deadly game. You are much better at it than they are. Why? Because you have absolutely nothing to lose. You have no ancient, noble family name to protect. You have no rich lands to worry about. You only have your raw animal instinct for survival. A powerful priest tries to use your guards in a secret plot against a rival. You pretend to agree. Then, you carry the priest's treasonous letters directly to the vizier. The priest is executed. The vizier rewards you greatly. You are promoted deep into the inner circle. You are now the captain of the royal bodyguard. You stand near the throne room. You can smell the expensive incense. The Pharaoh is a living god on earth. Everyone must bow deeply when he passes. To look the god in the eyes is instant death. You stand by the doors all day, holding a spear of iron and gold. You watch the rich, arrogant nobles crawl on their bellies across the marble floor. You watch them beg the Pharaoh for scraps of royal favor. You realize they are pathetic. They are exactly like the starving slaves in the dirt, begging for a drop of water. When you were pulling the rope, you used to fear the angry gods. Now, you stand close enough to smell the Pharaoh's sour sweat when he is stressed. Real gods do not sweat. A crisis strikes the empire. Factions split violently. The Pharaoh's ambitious brother tries to take the throne by force. Battle reaches the inner palace. Metal clashes in the hallways. Marble floors are stained with blood. It is total chaos. But you know chaos. Chaos is just a bloody riot back in the dusty quarry. You gather your loyal, battle-hardened men. You draw your heavy sword. You take care of those rebels one by one. You do not do this out of love for the Pharaoh. You do not care about the living God. You do it for yourself. You do it to clear the path. The screaming finally stops. The heavy fighting ends. The great palace is completely quiet. You push open the massive wooden doors. You walk alone into the grand throne room. The personal guards who were supposed to protect the Pharaoh are all lying dead on the steps. Only the Pharaoh remains alive. He sits completely alone on his high golden throne. He is gripping the armrests. He is shaking violently. The living god is absolutely terrified of the mortal man walking towards him. You slowly walk up the wide stone steps. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. The massive weight of your entire past pulls heavily at your shoulders. You feel the rough ghost of the twisted reed rope burning your hands. You hear the sharp, dry crack of the leather whip. You taste the gritty desert sand in your mouth. You carry all of that dark history up these bright golden stairs. You stop moving right in front of him. You are towering over him. He waits for the strict protocol. He waits for you to bow low, but your knees do not bend. Your spine remains straight. You stand tall and silent. The weak, scared boy who dragged the heavy stone in the dust is completely gone. The hunted animal has successfully become a terrifying monster. The Pharaoh slowly, shakingly, looks up at your face. For the very first time in your miserable life, you look the burning sun straight in the eye. You do not blink. You do not lower your head in fear. You look past his terrified eyes. You look directly at the heavy golden throne. You realize something incredibly simple and beautiful. The throne is not magic. It is not divine. It is just another heavy stone resting on the earth. And you, more than anyone else in this world, know exactly how to move heavy stones.